Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. So today is the 14th, Friday, the 14th of October. And thank you very much for joining. I am going to keep this short today because I'm a little late today. Busy day already, helping agents all day long. So I didn't get to my video on time today. So sorry about the delay. But today, conquering your worries, conquering your worries, conquering your fears. I'm not going to be talking about how to conquer your fears or worries forever because we're always going to worry. We're always going to have worries. Conquering them, your worries and your fears, sometimes just putting them aside, not letting your worries and your fears interrupt your day and put down your productivity and just hinder you from getting forward, because some of those worries and some of those fears will always be there. I'm not even going to go into detail of what those fears are, what your worries are, but we all have them. So I'm going to give you like 5 things to think about to just sometimes get through the day, because sometimes our fears and our worries motivate us. What do? We're working. Why do we work? Well, 95% of us, or 90, well, let's say 95% of us work because we have to work. We have we have bills to pay, we have life to live, we have children, we have expenses, we have whatever. We work, that's just one worry. But some of the things, you can't wake up every day and have that fear or that worry just stay on top of you in your mind all day. You've got to be productive. So here's some things to think about. Number one is when you have that worry or fear, you have to be conscious of it. You're like, you got to, because sometimes it's unconscious. Sometimes you're just in that anxiety driven mood. Do you ever have that? I have that. I know I'm a high anxiety type person. If I'm not moving, if I'm not doing things, and I just let my mind wander, it goes to those, what's next? What's the next problem I got to solve? What's the next thing? I love to be busy all the time. If I don't have something to do or not in the middle of something, then my mind sometimes is that anxiety or that worrier, just making sure everything's done. Kind of OCD-ness. I have that. So be conscious of when you get that feeling that you have it. Okay, I got to do something. And that's next thing. You have to have a plan to get rid of that worry. Are you going to do something to get your mind off of it? You're going to say some things. Are you going to relax? Are you going to meditate? Are you going to just power through it with other things and be productive with things? So alongside of that, you have to have a plan. You have to have something ready to do. What is it? What are you going to do? If you have, I'll just general worry about, we'll just say finances. What are you going to do? Well, I got to work. I got to do things. Go the extra effort. If you're worried one day, invest. I'm talking about real estate, realtors, salespeople, that you can find business today if you really worked hard enough and made enough phone calls and did enough things. So if you have that worry about future, this is one example, one worry about, am I going to have enough business this year? You should have a plan. What's your plan? Okay, let's see. Here's my prospecting list. I got to knock on the doors. I got to make the phone calls. I got to do things. I can't be preparing anymore. I got to pick up and do things to that. So that's just one example. So number 2 is you have to have a plan in place to stop that worry or that fear. And then you have to have something ready to do. Number 4, you have to be able to choose that you're going to conquer it. I know I get those feelings sometimes. You ever get in those moods, you're like, and you're just going to, just stick in that mood. You're just going to stick in there. You're just going to have that worry. You're just like kind of like cry it out. You're sad, you're worried, you're fearful. You're just going to let it flow. You're just like, we're just going to let this get out of our system. You ever have that? Well, if you don't want that to happen and to go through a whole day or a bad couple days or weeks, you have to choose that I'm going to conquer this. I'm just going to take control and conquer this. I'm going to do this. I have this plan. I'm going to get this done right now to get over this, whatever that plan is. And 5 that goes alongside of that and last today is that those fears and those worries might come back. They might come back an hour from now because you can't get it out of your head, whatever it is. If it's something very important, to you or in your subconscious or conscious of what you're worrying about, what your fear is, they're going to come back. It might be in an hour. It might be in tomorrow. It might be the next day. But that's what I was trying to explain earlier, is that doesn't mean you're not winning, that you're not getting through them. They're coming back because they're legitimate worries that you have, right? Example, if you weren't worried about money, for whatever reason, you wouldn't work so hard. You don't have that worry. You don't have that drive to, I better get this stuff done. I'm just using that as an example because a lot of people, I would think, you won the lottery, you have enough money in the bank, you're not going to run out of it. You do things, you might not work as hard. There are personalities. I never understand those people. I have drive. I have things I want to accomplish. But if I didn't have to work, I love what I do. But would I work as hard every day if I didn't have to? Maybe not. I'd be pick and choose. Like, I love to do this and I love to do that kind of thing. So I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I don't win the lottery. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be doing this till the day God tells me I can't do this anymore, because I love doing it, number one, and I need to do this too. But those personalities, you'll see those Elon Musks and those Jeff Bezos and all those billionaires that Warren Buffett's, they're still going to work every day, like actually 9 to 5, or God, put all themselves through all those headaches when they don't have to. But we have those worries that if this business, this sales, if you're a realtor and doesn't work out, what am I going to do? So those fears will come back. They always will. Well, we hope they all of them don't always, but there's major importance, like the fear of, I got to pay the bills. That's going to be around forever unless you are so financially wealthy someday you don't have that worry, but they will come back. So that's the point I was making. I know I got off tangent there, but that doesn't mean you're not winning, getting rid of those worries and those fears. You're just going to have to keep doing that over and over and over again, right? It's kind of like if you're trying to be healthy and lose weight. I know I use this example a lot because that's the experience I've had in my lifetime, is that you're going to, just because you have a bad couple of days, like, oh, I'm going down the wrong path. I know it's always going to be that fear. If not, hey, I'm eating ice cream sundaes, eating bacon, eating pizza for every meal if I didn't have that fear. But when I have that fear or that worry, like, oh, I didn't exercise enough and I gained 10 pounds over a couple of weeks or months because of the holidays, that fear of going way off the track is going to get me back in the track. What am I going to do? I'm going to eat healthy. I have a plan. Oh, I got to worry. My pants are fitting tight. What am I going to do? Okay, can't have this worry. I don't want to worry that, my health is going to get out of whack. I'm going to have a plan. My plan is this: what I'm going to do right away. Today, right away, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to go exercise. Start today. And tomorrow, I'll probably have a little bit of the same worry. Don't eat ice cream sundae for lunch. Don't eat pizza for breakfast. Okay. And what am I going to do? I'm going to eat healthy and exercise. So that's example I wanted to use, but outside of health and food and business, there's other emotional things that you got to think of, how to get yourself out of whatever worry that is. What are you going to do? So those 5 things, again, be conscious and aware that it's happening, have a plan, have something, whatever your plan is of what you're going to do, have it ready. Can't be ready to do it right away. Number 4 is you have to choose to conquer it. Can't just wallow in it. And then 5, it's going to come back. It might come back right away. It might take a few days. That worry, that fear might come back, but don't worry, that you're still winning it. If you got through it the last time and you had a productive day, you didn't sit in that worry and fear for days or weeks, that you conquered it just for that short term, and you could do it again and do it again. You might have to do it over a lifetime. I think a majority of us have worries and we have fears that we conquer almost on a daily basis or more for our whole lives, but that's life sometimes. And not mean that's bad, that just that some of that motivation that you have every day is because of that, which is the positive side of that. But hopefully that made some sense for today. So thank you very much for watching today on Friday the 14th. And if you ever need anything, call, text, email me anytime, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.